Do you ever have trouble making a decision? Do you look at the pile of decisions in front of you and just go tilt, tilt, I don't know what to do? Or you make a decision and then it just seems to evaporate and you don't have a clue how to execute it. And then you end up feeling like you are the failure. Well, today I want to talk about how that actually happens in your brain and 3 tips of what you can easily do without spending a dime. Hi, I'm Cheryl Townsley, naturopath and wisdom coach. As a wisdom coach, I not only know what a naturopath would know, or a nutritionist, or a healthcare provider. What really matters to me, because it produces the best long-lasting results, is learning how to work with your brain instead of being ignorant of how your brain functions. You see, this part of your brain, the frontal lobe, that's what allows you to make decisions, to execute decisions, to discover, to play, to notice. It's where your logic is. It's your conscious. It's awesome. Then there's this part of your brain, the brainstem, the cerebellum, takes in information and based on past experiences, immediately judges it safe or unsafe. If it says it's safe, then you're able to go up here and make decisions, not make decisions, execute the decisions you make. You're in control of that process. But if this part of the brain says, not safe, big threat, there's a bear, there's a lion, you can't, no matter how smart you are, no matter how much you want it, you can't make a decision. Well, that's pretty tough. You know, I had a client in the other day that just was sharing a story with me, client and a friend, and she just hit overwhelm. She was like, "Sure, I am so overwhelmed. We're getting ready to leave for 2 weeks and I'm supposed to take some food and I don't know what to do." And now this is a woman that has 3 children. She has about 5 grandchildren, so she knows food. She knows how to prepare food. But in preparation for a trip, she went into overwhelm, and she couldn't figure out what to do. Now, put that into your life. Maybe it's making decisions at work, or decisions in a relationship, or decisions about your health, or decisions about movement and exercise. Whatever the topic, it could be as simple as, I don't know what to wear. I don't even know what to put on. You know, some days when I'm thinking about videos, it's like, I don't know what to put on. I have great choices, but there are going to be times it looks overwhelming. So I actually personally, on simple decisions, use these 3 tools and many others that I know about, that I teach clients, that I teach the people in our Youthful and Fit group. But I want to share with you 3 that are so easy. They're so simple that you may think, that wouldn't make any difference. But how do you know if you don't try? Because the purpose is not how complicated a tool is, because that doesn't help this part of your brain. What you want is an easy tool that helps your brain go, oh, well, that's pretty easy. That's safe. I'm going to let her go up here. And because this part of the brain is kind of like a 2-year-old, if you distract it and their attention moves over here, it's like, okay. And that's really what these are being for your brain. They're like interrupt tools to interrupt that sense of not safe, let it become safe, so you can move up here and you can make a decision. It works. Give it a try. So let me give you the first of the 3. First one, breathe. Because the first thing that happens when this subconscious part of the brain moves into red alert, not safe, is it causes breathing to go shallow or not breathing. So if you choose to simply breathe easily, many wonderful breathing exercises out on the internet. But here's a simple one. We're going to do it together if you choose to. Breathe in for a count of 4, hold for 2, and exhale for 4. And we're going to do it all through the nose. So breathe in. Now, if you're in startle, be more likely that your shoulders are going up and down. What you really want is for that breath to be down, probably can't see my hands, but down in the abdominals, the lower belly, into the lower diaphragm. You want to be able to move this way. Even moving out this way in the abdomen is better than your shoulders flapping like a bird. You just want to expand that lower diaphragm. So we're going to do it again, breathing in. Doing that 3 or 4 times, you can actually change which part of the brain is being activated. It changes your voice, it relaxes your eyes. In fact, every time I did it during this video, I could feel my voice relax and calm down. Pretty simple. You can do it anytime, anywhere. Tip number 1. Now, tip number 2, there's a therapy that I do that helps to reset the nervous system. It's one that I do with clients in person, but one of the ones that you can do that is a simple way to begin to reset adrenals. It doesn't take the place of supplements and your food, but it's a simple thing to flip a switch back here to feel safer, not your logic, just safer, and have access to this part of the brain. And in this one, what you're going to do is think about where your breastbone is to just below your belly button. And you're going to use this part of your hand, make it into a fist, and rub up and down from the breastbone down to below your waist, just back and forth while you're breathing. And you know what? This is actually very good to do on colicky babies, fussy children. You're just rubbing from below the breastbone down to below the belly button. Just rubbing this part of your hand just up and down. Relax your breathing. Again, that helps with calming the adrenals, because when your subconscious gets agitated, the adrenals go on high alert to produce adrenaline and cortisol and all that belly fat. So what if you could help not only your decisions, but turn off the faucet to the cortisol? Is this the only thing to do? Of course not. I'm just giving you 3 easy tips, because if they're easy, there's a chance you might do it. And what about number 3? This is a tool that I teach in our Youthful and Fit program. It's one that I do regularly. I'm sure I've done it thousands of times in just the last year or 2. And this one is where you're going to rub right below your collarbones. Right in here is the main lymph drain pipes. So right below that, in an outward motion, circular motion, you're going to rub while you make the statement. I'm going to give you the statement, and then I'm going to give you an example. I accept blank completely as it is, with all of its strengths, all of its weaknesses. You make that statement 3 times, and then you do a karate chop. The karate chop is where you take your palm from here to where the little finger is connecting, and you're going to tap right in the middle 3 times. So let's give an example. Let's say if you were having trouble making a decision on what to wear. We'll just make it super simple. I accept my clothing completely as they are, with all their strengths and all their weaknesses. 3 times, karate chop. Let's say that it's having a conversation with somebody at work that just irritates you to no end. Let's call that person Susie. I accept Susie completely as she is, with all of her strengths and all of her weaknesses. I accept Susie completely as she is, with all of her strengths, all of her weaknesses. One more time, karate chop. And let's say you don't even have a clue what to accept. How about accepting you? I accept myself completely as I am, with all my strengths and all my weaknesses. I accept myself completely as I am, with all my strengths and all my weaknesses. I accept myself completely as I am, with all my strengths and all my weaknesses. So, between breathing, relaxing the adrenals, and acceptance, none of those mean that you like where you are, condone where you are, or want to have more of it. What it's meant to do, what it's designed to do, and what it does is helps our subconscious feel more safe so that you can access this part of your brain, and that allows you to be more easily able to make decisions, execute decisions, and get the results you're looking for. As a naturopath, as a wisdom coach, I know a lot about food. I know a lot about supplements and cleanses and balancing hormones and weight loss, but all of those things can be shut down when you are stuck back here feeling unsafe, even though your logic says you are and your logic wants to make decisions. When you're back here, you can't find those decisions and you can't execute them, and you end up feeling like a failure. Isn't it time that you switch gears Move up here and begin to access what you know and create the results you've been hungry for. Well, then it's time for you to connect with us. CherylTownsley.com. Many resources just like these easy tips that you can do anywhere, at any time, and create the life that you most want.